What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Elite Sports Recovery and Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Nate Avila, a licensed sports massage therapist. And today, I'm going to want to answer a question that I get fairly often with new clients, sometimes with returning clients, and conversations outside of the gym or outside of the sessions. And typically, the question I get is, why do I work inside of a gym and instead of like a traditional practice where it's a closed off room, or why it's a lot different out in the open and stuff like that? And my answer is very simple. From when I started back at working at the physical therapy clinic as a front office admin and just kind of like watching the physical therapist, and it's really just simple for me to put into explanations that recovery and performance go hand in hand if you're a gym goer or an athlete. My goal was just always to help people feel better, so leaving them better than how they came in. And my goal is to help them move and train and perform better long term as well. So if I can do that with inside the gym setting, then I can make it a one-stop shop. So I'm definitely going to get into it and go over it here today. So my first thought when I wanted to work inside of the gym outside of massage therapy school, I knew that since I was already at the gym, I figured that I can provide more of a service inside the gym facility where I can be able to have access to the clientele already at the demand of it versus having to start in a small practice or start in a office space by myself and where I had to do the marketing and putting my name out there where I would be less visible. So I knew just being out in the open, I was going to get a lot more eyes on me to where they're going to want to see what I do and my techniques and how I do things to be able to come and see me. And so I just figured that if I'm there, then I can also watch the clientele on how they're moving, how they're doing specific things, and how they're training with the trainer. Because let's face it, most injuries don't happen on the massage table. They happen during movement, they happen during training, they happen because of poor mobility, weakness, or compensation patterns, and lastly, just overuse. So talk about movement is one thing, but seeing movement is another. And so by me working inside that gym allows me to watch how they move, like I mentioned, assess movement patterns, identify limitations, and connect pain points to what they actually are doing during the training. Because recovery shouldn't exist in like a vacuum. A lot of people think recovery is just relaxing, getting a massage, the oils, the essential oils, the towels. But my mindset as a sports massage therapist is that recovery is so much more bigger than that. Recovery includes the mobility, the strengthening, the movement quality, the training load management, the sleep, the nutrition, the stress management. And so by being in that gym, it allows me to bridge that gap in treatment and performance all together closely. While being in the gym, I'm offering also real time collaboration. So, with the benefits of being inside that, I can speak with the clients directly or speak with the trainers directly on like how things can move better or how what pain points are moving better and stuff like that. So a team approach is going to go hand in hand with both myself, the clientele, and the trainer if they're actively seeking, the best ability. Because if I was an example, if I'm working inside of a space myself, then I just become like the one stop shop person. I don't have a team around me, I don't have a team with me. I'm just kind of like expressing to the client on, hey, what they should do, outside of the room to perform better. And it's a little bit more difficult if by just telling them versus at the gym, I can show them how to move better and how to go ahead and seek out better movement patterns with inside of the training. I can tell the trainer as an expressed opinion on how they should be training in a movement or hey, switch up this exercise for something else. So it's like giving, feedback in real time quickly before having to wait till the next session to allow that person to feel better. I am also a people person. So I knew right away from just jumping into the gym facility of just bringing in my table, just bringing in, a universal lotion that everyone can use, bringing in gloves, my backpack that has all my tools in it as well, that I knew I can provide real time recovery and performance and care pretty quickly. And the cleanup time is also, 100% a must too. Like, so it's, pretty fast and easy. I don't have to do laundry. I'm not washing sheets. And like throughout this episode, I want you to realize, don't think that you have to stop getting relaxing massages or you stop, having to not see a therapist because they're not offering the performance care. All of us of our colleagues, myself included, is that we offer a specific type of level of care and how we present it. It's always about presenting it in the pudding of it. I like to say is that with my gym experience and training and stretching experience, when I got out of massage therapy school, I wanted to make it an overall wellness clinic at the gym, to where, hey, see me for this particular problem, see me for this particular problem. Hey, it's going to be customizable to you, based off of what you tell me. I'm going to work on these specific areas for a specific amount of time. Does that sound good? So it's not really like a flow to it. In school, I learned flow. But after school, I created my own flow, how I'm going to do my flow. I could either start bottom to top or top to bottom. They could be started on their back, they could be started on their stomach. It's just a mix around the things. And so I do a lot in my practice, a lot of deep tissue slash trigger point work. And so the deep tissue is going to be based off of what they are perceiving as their deep tissue, because that definition is meaning that deep tissue will be to your pain tolerance of what you can handle, versus me not going so deep into their back, their hamstrings, their quads. I want the client to be comfortable on side of the table. And so the environment around me does matter. So I enjoy being around people who are actively investing in themselves. The people in the gym settings are very goal oriented, motivated, focused on improvement. Whether they're athletes, weekend warriors, busy professional, active adults, they all share the same thing. They want to perform better. And that's exactly what I enjoy doing as a sports massage therapist, is that I want them to be better and leave the gym better than how they came in. So that is why I decided to work inside of a gym setting. I'm thankful and grateful that the owner took a chance on me to be able to do this and the ability to do this. I've talked to many colleagues of mine that love what they do. A lot of my colleagues do the mobile. A lot of my colleagues do have a salon practice, or like inside of a salon practice, or a room practice, an office space, or they're just simply doing it outside of their home. All of it works great. But I tell my clients, hey, seek out a client or seek out a massage therapist that definitely knows the ability of what you're looking for, what you're wanting them to work on. And unfortunately, and I'm going to be honest and frank, is that I've had many clients come to me saying that the massage that they've paid for, in the past or most recently, was not what they expected. And I'm the one that doesn't want to like talk down or bad about my colleagues, but what I do say is like, I understand, I can empathize with that, sympathize with that. Also, is that maybe at that moment in time that that client or that therapist was not the person that you were looking for. I'm definitely in my practice going to try to help you as much as possible in the best way that I can on what your feedback is, and then we go and improve from there. But I never steer the client away from getting a nice, relaxing massage, even if it's inside of a gym setting. I tell them that if this is too much for you, I definitely work with colleagues that can definitely provide more of a relaxing experience. But 9 times out of 10, 10 out of 10, my clients are leaving feeling relaxed. They're saying that they're relaxed, that they didn't know that they can fall asleep with the music blaring inside of the gym. And so been a great experience of being inside that facility and being able to offer something unique, customizable, as my definition of sports massage, that my sports massage therapy techniques are not new, but they're just unique to myself. I want to be able to hone in on that. They're unique to myself on how I should apply recovery to my clientele and to the athletes that come in and see me. But if you're listening to this, if you're in the Arizona Valley, if you're in the East Valley, Tempe, Arizona Valley, definitely feel free to send me a message, a comment on Instagram. If you're not from Arizona, follow me on Instagram or on my YouTube channel, Elite Sports Recovery and Performance. I'll definitely get back to you there on Instagram or YouTube if you send a message, and we can definitely chop it up, talk shop. But I hope this is enlightening and a good experience to be able to share my experience with you all. I look forward to speaking.